Hello ladies and gentlemen, the N7 here, and I welcome you to episode 2 of my Mass Effect realistic lore run. So, in the last episode we found out that the Normandy shakedown run is actually a cover-up. The real mission is a covert pickup from Eden Prime, and the payload is a recently discovered Prothean beacon. Obviously, this goes beyond mere human interests. This discovery could affect every species in Council space, as Nihilus said, so this explains one of the reasons he's joining us in this mission. There is another reason as well, however. We found out that we are currently being evaluated as a candidate for the Spectres, which is quite a big deal as no human has ever been accepted into their ranks yet. Things got complicated, however. It seems Eden Prime has been attacked by an unknown enemy and communications have been cut off. Now, obviously, our mission is to reach the excavation site and secure the beacon as soon as possible. Everything else is secondary. But before we actually move out, let's check our Codex, as I believe we've opened something.
"50,000 years ago, the Protheans were the only spacefaring species in the galaxy. They vanished in a swift galactic extinction. Only the legacy of their empire remains. They are believed to have built the mass relays and the Citadel, which have allowed numerous species to explore and expand throughout the galaxy. Prothean ruins are found on worlds across the galaxy. While surprisingly intact for their age, functioning examples of Prothean paleotechnology are rare. Time and generations of looters have picked their dead cities and derelict stations clean. Some believe the Protheans meddled in the evolution of younger races. The Hanar homeworld of Kadje, for example, shows clear evidence of former Prothean occupation. The presence of a former Prothean observation post on Mars has caused a rebirth of interventionary evolutionists among humans. These individuals believe the god myths of ancient civilizations are misremembered encounters with aliens.
Well, I guess this explains why this beacon is so important.
The Terminus systems are located on the far side of the Attican Traverse, beyond the space administered by the Citadel Council or claimed by the Human Systems Alliance. It is populated by a loose affiliation of minor species, united only in their refusal to acknowledge the political authority of the Council or adhere to the Citadel conventions. Their independence comes at a price. The Terminus is fraught with conflict. War among the various species is common, as governments and dictators constantly rise and fall. The region is a haven for illegal activities, particularly piracy and the slave trade. At least once a year, a fleet from the Terminus invades the nearby Attican Traverse. These attacks are typically small raids against poorly defended colonies. The Council rarely retaliates, as sending patrols into the Terminus systems could unify the disparate species against their common foe, triggering a long and costly war.
And I guess this explains why we don't want the neighboring Terminus systems to find out about the beacon. Now, let's find that beacon.
What the hell are those?
Gas bags. Don't worry, they're harmless. Oh God, what happened here?
This doesn't look good. Actually, before we move on, let's check our talents, as I believe we've got some spare points to assign. Now, as far as my build goes, I will try to create a sort of jack of all trades, and I will try to specialize my companions. I will also focus on Charm and Intimidate, as these will open up additional dialogue as options later on in the game. So, let's put 1 point in both Charm and Intimidate, and 1 in Soldier to get some extra health and health regen. Now, Kaidan will be a support character, so first I will put a couple of points into utility skills such as decryption and later on electronics, but I will mostly focus on his class and biotic abilities later. for Jenkins, I will just assign some points into Soldier for the time being. There are definitely signs of an attack around us. It seems Jenkins is down.
Lost shields!
Perimeter secured.
Ripped right through his shields. Never had a chance.
We'll see that he receives a proper service once the mission is complete. But I need you to stay focused.
Aye, aye, sir.
But yes, unfortunately we've lost Jenkins quite early into the mission. The mission didn't change though. And we've opened up another Codex entry.
Kinetic barriers, more commonly called shields, provide protection against most mass accelerator weapons. Whether on a starship or a soldier's suit of armor, the basic principle remains the same. Kinetic barriers are repulsive mass effect fields, projected from tiny emitters. These shields safely deflect small objects traveling at rapid velocities. This affords protection from bullets and other dangerous projectiles, but still allows the user to sit down without knocking away their chair. The shielding afforded by kinetic barriers does not protect against extremes of temperature, toxins, or radiation.
And they aren't impenetrable either. Now, we've also leveled up, so let's check our talents. Again, 1 point in both Charm and Intimidate, and another one into Soldier. As for Caden, let's go with Decryption and Sentinel again. So let's move on.
I've lost shields!
I've got some burned out buildings here, Shepard. A lot of bodies. I'm gonna check it out. I'll try to catch up with you at the dig site.
These drones go down easily as long as they don't catch you out in the open. And we've got an armor upgrade, let's equip it. It will reduce our ability cooldowns. Better than nothing, I guess. This place is full of drones.
Lost shields!
Should be clear now. So there are Geth troopers as well.
Thanks for your help, Commander. I didn't think I was gonna make it. Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams of the 212. You the one in charge here, sir?
Are you wounded, Williams?
A few scrapes and burns, nothing serious. The others weren't so lucky. Oh man. We were patrolling the perimeter when the attack hit. We tried to get off a distress call, but they cut off our communications. I've been fighting for my life ever since.
Where's the rest of your squad?
We tried to double back to the beacon, but we walked into an ambush. I don't think any of the others... I think I'm the only one left.
This isn't your fault, Williams. You couldn't have done anything to save them.
Yes, sir. We held our position as long as we could, until the Geth overwhelmed us.
The Geth haven't been seen outside the Veil in nearly 200 years. Why are they here now?
They must have come for the beacon. The dig site is close, just over that rise. It might still be there.
We could use your help, Williams.
Aye, aye, sir. It's time for payback.
Describe what happened leading up to the attack.
We were sent out a couple of nights ago from the main colony to secure the area. Seemed like a routine patrol, until the Geth hit us. We never knew they were coming.
What happened to the researchers at the dig site?
I don't know. They set up camp near the beacon. The 232 was with them. Maybe their unit fared better than mine.
Tell me everything you know about the beacon.
They were doing some digging out here to extend the monorail and expand the colony. A few weeks ago, they unearthed some Prothean ruins. And the beacon. Suddenly every scientific expert in the colony was interested. That's when they brought us in to secure the site. I don't know much about the beacon itself, but I heard one of the researchers say this could be the biggest scientific discovery of the century.
What else do you know about the Geth?
Just what I remember from history class back in school. They're synthetics, non-organic life forms with limited AI programming, created by the Quarians a few centuries ago. They were supposed to be a source of cheap labor, but ended up turning on the Quarians and drove them into exile. Well, after that, they just kind of disappeared behind the Perseus Veil. Nobody's really heard much from them since.
Have you seen a Turian Spectre around here?
There aren't any Turians on Eden Prime, none that I've ever met. Not sure I'd be able to tell if one was a Spectre anyway.
If you saw this guy, you'd know. Carries enough firepower to wipe out a whole platoon. Luckily, he's on our side.
Sorry. Like I said, no Turians.
Move out.
Seems we received an assault rifle. And we've got a new Codex entry as well. Let's check it.
The Geth are a humanoid race of networked AIs. They were created by the Quarians 300 years ago as tools of labor and war. When the Geth showed signs of self-evolution, the Quarians attempted to exterminate them. The Geth won the resulting war. This example has led to legal, systematic repression of artificial intelligences in galactic society. The Geth possess a unique distributed intelligence. An individual has rudimentary animal instincts, but as their numbers and proximity increase, the apparent intelligence of each individual improves. In groups, they can reason, analyze situations, and use tactics, as well as any organic race. Geth space is located at the trailing end of the Perseus Arm, beyond the lawless Terminus systems. The Perseus Veil, an obscuring dark nebula of opaque gas and dust, lies between their space and the Terminus systems.
So these are the Geth. Question is, what the hell are they doing here? Anyway, let's check our squad. And it seems Ashley is the only one with spare talents. Now I will focus on survivability first, so let's add some points to Soldier. And let's add 1 point to Assault Rifles as well. This actually opens up the Overkill ability. I think I have it open as well. Yes, I do. Forgot about it. Anyway, let's assign it to a quick slot. By the way, this is the tactical view where I can give some simple orders to my companions.
The beacon's at the far end of this trench.
Okay, some ammo upgrades here. And an armor. Now the ammo upgrade will actually help, so let's equip it. As you can see, it adds 15% extra damage against synthetics, like the Geth. Now let's get to the dig site. Alright, troopers ahead. Let's spread out a bit. Yes, I think it's clear. And here is the dig site, but no beacon is to be seen.
This is the dig site. The beacon was right here. It must have been moved.
By who? Our side or the Geth?
Hard to say. Maybe we'll know more after we check out the research camp.
You think anyone got out of here alive?
If they were lucky. Maybe hiding up in the camp. It's just on the top of this ridge, up the ramps.
Change of plans, Shepard. There's a small spaceport up ahead. I want to check it out. I'll wait for you there.
Okay, so the beacon has been taken from the dig site. Maybe we can find clues by investigating the nearby research camp. The research camp next, and rendezvous with Nidus at the spaceport after. But first, let's check our talents. Again, Charm and Intimidate. And... let's put a point into combat armor as well for the extra damage protection. Aiden will get his point in decryption and electronics. and Ashley will get a point in soldier. And 1 in combat armor. So, research camp next, and spaceport after that, but that will be the next episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.